Welcome back everyone to my YouTube channel. This time I am going to be talking about journals, but I'm going to put a twist on it and I'm going to talk about journals and how I use them as a project manager. But I got the idea from Wileyc and I figure I might as well do a video about it because I don't know, I just feel like it might be helpful. But in any case, let's get to it. Let's define what a journal is. A journal essentially is a book where you can write down your thoughts and your feelings and your experiences throughout your life on a daily basis. Well, we try. It's a place where you can reflect on your life and document your growth and development. Now you may be wondering, what's the point of keeping a journal? Why is it important? There are actually many benefits for keeping and journaling in a book or an app or whatever your preference would be. The reason to have a journal is by writing down your feelings so you can gain a better understanding of them and potentially find solutions to any problems you may be facing in the present, in the past. Maybe you want to write future goals, things of that nature. You just never know what you may need the journal for. I personally like to possibly have journals as well for if I do go to therapy, then I can use it at that point to kind of reflect back on my life. If they ask questions, if they want to read it, if they want to get some diagnosis from me. I haven't used it in that way, but I think that would be an ideal way to also use a journal. By looking back on some of my previous journals, I have seen growth. I have wondered what has changed, what hasn't. I love data. I don't know how to explain it, but I love data. So for me, that is partially why I've been keeping journals. Let's dive into why or how I as a project manager use journals and how you may end up using them yourselves. So to start off, I have 4 hardcover journals that I am going to go over. They're not all my journals, but they are a dose of what I physically use. I've condensed it quite a bit. I used to only journal when I was in a difficult or traumatic experience that had, if it happened to me then, journal it at the time that it happened. I would never put anything positive in my journals. Ever since COVID, I've been trying to do better with journaling. Definitely because of COVID, I've picked up journaling more than I had before. I tried to put a more positive spin on why I would journal, like what is the reason for it. So the first journal that I ended up getting, or rather using, is this wellness journal. It's quite thick, as you can see. It has 2 kind of bookmarks that it's basically sewn into the actual book, but I bought this journal when we were in quarantine, and mostly because I was trying to do better about my health and just trying to keep myself fit for the most part, not because I didn't want to gain weight, but because my mind doesn't function well unless I put my body to work. I don't know if that's other people too, but I didn't have an Apple Watch anymore at the time, and I was like, well, I do want to kind of get back into trying to do better for my body, especially because I'm not going out very often. So I did get this. I haven't used it much during quarantine. I did try to. It was definitely a starting point. I'm definitely going to use it this year because I don't want to waste it. You can track things like fitness, you can track things like diet, you can track things like health and body care. There's even like areas for training terminology, fitness basics, like measurements, food facts, like just a bunch of other little items that would help you if you were to use this journal. It's definitely comprehensive. It definitely helps you kind of stay the course. I'm not sure how long the journal runs for, like how many days. I assume it's for a year. But yes, this did fall off, but I'll be getting back into this again. This is my calm a day and night reflection journal. I had gotten this initially from my metaphysical shop, and I got this because I was going into the office starting in 2021, and I was like, why am I stressed? Like, why am I stressed? I mean, obviously we know why I'm stressed, but it's like going in, why am I stressed? So I got this to try and deconstruct why I was feeling stressed. I would take this into the office and I would use it. I would journal the first half for the morning, and then the other half I would leave for the evening. So I would try and put this on my nightstand and like do the night version of the journal. So like you have both the night and the morning together on the same flap or fold, and so you're kind of reflecting from like what happened today at night. But I usually don't do well keeping up with the evening portion of it, so I was really bad. There was a point where I just kept it at work because I was like, well, the morning is really what I think I'm trying to do, is like just do it every time I went into work, just so I can like start my day calm, like with my cup of coffee or tea. I definitely suggest that if you are feeling stressed, that you do get at least something basic. This was definitely something just to kind of try. I'm definitely going to keep using this year until it's full. Hopefully I'll do the nighttime version too. My next one is the 1 question a day for self-care. It's a 3-year journal. This is a spin-off from like the question a day journal, but this one's more for self-care. I actually saw this on Urban Outfitters, which is one of my favorite stores. Definitely asking questions about more so related to your self-care. It also has a all of my actual journals have like silk bookmarks or whatever that come with it, which is nice because I don't want to use my bookmarks. It's something I just recently started. I'm starting it this year, and I got it last year like in October, but I wanted to start it on January 1st of this year, so that way I can at least fill out each day accordingly. It's a 365-day journal for 3 years. So each year, once I fill it out, I can basically do the same thing, see the growth, and also make sure I think about my day. Most times, we don't practice enough gratitude, and this will definitely be a check-in for my emotional well-being. Mental health is very important to me, so I definitely want to continue that with this journal and force myself to write something every single day as much as humanly possible. So that is the last physical journal is this journal. I will not tell you about this journal. If you want to know more about this journal, let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll do a whole segment about this journal. I very well believe you all are not ready for this journal. So I don't write in this one. I don't think I ever will, because it's more for practice, if you get my drift. But it has basically something for each day. I'm being very particular with my words because I don't think or know me, but there are some that know me and know what this book is for. So again, if you want to know more, let me know in the comments below. And while we're here, let me know if you journal. Do you journal? What do you journal about? Do you have a particular type of journal that you like to use? I only use these 4 for hardcover, but now we're about to go into my virtual journals. day one. So I started using this as my first real journaling app like years ago. I liked how it tracked location that I did my journaling, and also recently just split up into different eras that I actually journaled, so you can see that on the side on the left. But I really liked how it was easy for me to just pull up my phone at the time and just use it, because I didn't have any other products or Apple products, but so I didn't have the subscription. But I liked I could add like things like pictures and stuff like that. So I eventually did get an iPad and a Mac, so now I have the subscription, which is worth it. But I will say that one of the coolest things that I haven't tried, that if you would like to, is to do things like print out your journal. They have really great features for that too. So in the event I turn my journals into something a little bit more constructive, then I think it'd be easier for me to capture all the data in one place anyway. So GoodNotes, I have so many notebooks in GoodNotes, like too many. Journaling hit a new peak this year because I kept going to Etsy to find journal templates for GoodNotes from last year, so I've been collecting them. As you can see in my previous clips, like I had that from last year, but here I've gotten a new journal for the year. It's linked, and it's called a Haru journal that I found on Etsy. I think that I'm going to start using this the most, as much as I can, even though it does have other stuff that I don't know if I would use the most, like the money piece or the mindfulness. Like it might be a little hard to kind of just use all aspects of this journal, but it's nice to have. Another thing that I have in terms of journaling is the photo journal that I found last year, but I found it in the middle of the year, so I'm starting it new for 2023. I also have a music journal that I started last year that you can see I've started to add like covers or like little pages to dedicate like what is this section. And I did also start adding things like my playlists a little bit, or music from last year, or genres that I just like to collect data and just do that easily. And then my vinyls, like I do have Discogs, but I just thought it'd be kind of cool to add it as well in my music journal. I also have a self-help therapy journal that I started to get from Etsy. I was just looking for different journals again, and they had a list of emotions, cognitive distortions, and like you could kind of just use it as a form of journaling. I also have a new travel journal that I was using for Japan. I don't think we'll go this year. We might pop over there for our Frens World's Championship, but we're still not sure. But I have been to Japan 3 times now, basically doing my own self-guided tour. So I might make an actual project Etsy thing for that, but I found this planner, I wanted to use it and just try it out, because you know, it's many different ways to document things. So that's some of my journals. Did you have any favorite journals that you liked? Let me know in the comments below. I'll try and make more of these videos, but otherwise, hopefully stay safe and see y'all later. Bye.